CSS.
No clue about HTML, sir, but CSS part didn't work on that.
Okay. Hello.
I worked in college, sir. In some project I worked. Not yet. After that, I didn't work in HTML.
Okay.
CSS also.
Okay.
So in the last season I've worked, so.
Yeah. Sakshi, what did you say? I missed your words.
Sir, in the last season I've worked, sir, in the CCJ one.
Okay. What Vijay? What did you say?
I don't know about HTML and CSS, sir.
You worked on both HTML and CSS.
Don't know, sir.
Don't know. Okay, fine. What about Priyanka, Rahul, Swati, Asima?
I do work, sir.
I'm also have worked, sir.
I'm also working on it, sir.
Okay, and Aditya?
Same, sir, as worked in CCJ1.
Okay. So, can you guys explain what is HTML? Who have already worked?
So it's hypertext markup language used to create a structure for elements.
Not for elements, right? It does not create structuring for elements.
For text.
For data.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't say text because image and videos are not coming as part of text.
Yeah.
So it's a representational language. Like I think we have discussed this in one of our sessions earlier. We discussed we have we want to represent some data in certain format to others. Then we need to use HTML. But is it necessary to use HTML always? No. We have other representation software tools which we don't use frequently. So when it comes to a web browser, the browser understands the language HTML. So to a browser, it is meant that always HTML need to be there. Okay, so that is the thing here we are going to discuss. We need to represent some sort of data into some HTML format is what we are going to do first. So in HTML there is something called HTML4, HTML3, HTML4, HTML5. These kind of different versions are available. What is HTML5 is? It is the modern browsers programming language. It is first introduced in the 2007, 2008, that kind of a time frame. Most probably HTML5 came out with the spec, like the specifications. Like I don't remember the exact year. I started hearing about HTML5 in 2008, 2009. That time frame only I started hearing about HTML5, and that was meant for mobile friendly websites. So why the mobile friendly websites? That time only people started thinking of using the smartphones. When it came to smartphone era, actually before that people used to buy PCs, like PCs or MacBooks for their personal purpose. When it came to smartphone, the situation has changed. Smartphone has everything that you can store data, you can calculate. So basically we thought of what is a computer. To compute we use computer, that is calculating complex things. We used computer in the beginning segment. Then we started using the same computer for different purposes, like serving in the healthcare industry, serving in the automobile industry, serving in agriculture. So the same computers started conquering in every different areas, and internet boosted that into an exponential level. And when the smartphones came in, it is something like not everybody need to have a technical knowledge to access certain data or to pass some details. We don't need that much technical details. Now everybody who uses a smartphone doesn't know anything technical things. If you check with the early 80s 90s, this kind of time, only software development people or who know something to operate technical. And in 2000s also you could see the job positions was computer knowledge is important. That is the kind of way it is, the job description came out like that. That is, computer job is computer, you need to know how to operate a computer. That was the situation by that time. And after that, these phones started evolving and the computer features started coming into the phones, mobile phones. Then we started calling it as smartphones and touch screens, and all these kind of things came in. Now the computer purchasing market has reduced to some sort of people who are business people, who are working with some businesses, who are, or it is something like a part of a business. Then only the computers were required, or else it is something like the people who want to deal with some sort of data in some organizations, maybe like some shops, supermarkets, or some kind of businesses. Still it holds the business kind of purpose. And computers started disappearing from homes basically, and then laptops getting famous. And but these tabs, mobiles, and tabs also not conquered that much, but mobiles or smartphones conquered very much into that industry, and it reduced the market value of all these kind of things which we call as our what we call the people who have technical capacity and technical knowledge. They were actually used to work with computer. Now anybody can use the same job with mobiles. So we see many people who are not coders holding the mobiles and doing the same things like movie editing, film editing, some sort of quick animations creation. All these kind of things was a hurdle in the earlier days, but now everything is on your fingertip right now. Yeah, sorry, actually Guru was talking to a client outside, so I was hearing the noise, so I just had to pause it. Yeah, so now the thing is that now everything came into mobile. So as a result, everything started every companies who build their applications or who build their websites started they forced to be on mobile. So in that time, in 2007 2008, when we were working for a mobile not a mobile application, a website, we had to make two different websites. If you look into the mobile browser, if you visit facebook.com, where it actually goes as m.facebook.com, so it detects actually the you're visiting from mobile. So it has another application, another domain, and which is registered under m.facebook.com. It will be going there, and it will be showing you the data or the structure from that. Basically, these are two different applications. Facebook.com loads from one website, and m.facebook.com loads from another website. So we literally had to create two websites in the beginning. Then this concept called HTML5 came in, and then responsive design came in. There are three design type. One is the normal web design, and then another one is adaptive web design, and other one is responsive web design. So when it comes to responsive, we have Bootstrap, which is a CSS which will help you easily take up the responsive web design into your web page designs. So before all these mobile era, it was HTML4. And we didn't have a specific tag for videos, we didn't have specific tags for animations, canvas, these kind of things was not there. Now in HTML5 we introduced all these things, and we have came from specs to a lot advanced segment by 2013-14, and people started adopting. And you guys doesn't need to worry about this, but still for your understanding I am telling you, when I started my career, it was a hurdle to make applications work in cross browsers. Like we had to make applications. When we make it, as most of the time the Firefox was the leading one, and then most of the businesses will be using only Internet Explorer, Internet Explorer 6, Internet Explorer 5. These were the versions which I was actually using, and most of the businesses will recommend, whether it works on Google Chrome or Firefox, it doesn't matter, it should work on Internet Explorer. Then Internet Explorer 9 came out, I think that is in 2009 or 2010. That is the time actually Internet Explorer started showing some sort of better features which can accommodate the HTML5 and all. So it was still a hurdle to develop for all these platforms when we were in the early days. So you could hear that there was actually Microsoft founder Bill Gates was once said that it was a bad decision that he decided not to go with the mobile friendly thing and not to go with the mobile world with Windows. That's why later point they introduced mobile operating system using Windows, that also started failing because it was a late decision, and they thought that this mobiles or the smartphones are not a replacement, and it cannot become a replacement of computers. Still I believe with that statement, it is not complete replacement of laptops or computers, but still it can replace the major things which a common user or a common man need to handle. So that is where actually the usage of computers are reduced, and usage of smartphones and tabs and iPads came into picture. So now let's think of let's understand why HTML5 kind of a spec came in. So it need to be there in the mobile. Most probably what we are looking for is more like a quick loading of websites, because mobile have considerably less RAM in that time frame, less memory, less storage. Now we have more memory and more RAM than computer, 64 GB, 128 GB RAMs also coming in some mobiles. That kind of mobiles also available in this world. So say in the beginning, so we need to have quickly load the website, and the internet speed and all these things should be affecting. So the specifications created based on the browsers. So we don't use the same browser in mobile and a desktop. So we create the browsers. We means the companies create the browsers specifically for desktop and mobiles differently. And you cannot have this Google Chrome. The same Google Chrome won't be available in iPhone and Android as well. So based on the operating system differences, it will change the flavor of what you can do with the browsers. But all these browsers follow something called w3.org. which is an organization for the web and web design concepts and all. So if you follow that w3.org, what will happen, you can understand what are all the common things which need to be available in all the browsers is defined there. So any browser which will be created using those specs will be able to adopt our HTML code in that sense, where we can execute and render in anywhere. This is what actually a brief introduction about how HTML5 has came into picture. Any doubts in this? This is just a history.
Sir.
No, sir.
No. Okay, good. Thank you. So let me just go ahead with sharing my screen. So most of the time when you want to create an HTML file, so let me just create a folder. This is Microsoft Visual Studio Code, which I am using right now. So this is most probably going to be used for Node.js, Python, Angular, React.js, this kind of application development. People use this kind of a this software IDE rather than using Eclipse. So I am just going to use this for creating the what I call as the HTML kind of things, just to show you the editor. I can do that in Notepad as well, but I just want to keep all these in a folder and work in that folder. So let me just go back to desktop. So I'm just going to create a folder here. So it will just going to give you this option, and what I can do is I can create a new file by clicking this. I can also go here and create a new file. So this file I'm going to save as in this folder. I'm going to save this as HTML. Index.html is what I'm going to create. So this is my index.html file. So to define an index.html, let me just go back to my folder as well. So this is where I have created my index.html. So if I double click and open this, there is nothing will be available on this one, and I just need to get one tag called doctype.html. Let me just take from somewhere. I must have it in the Eclipse. Sorry. So this is the statement which you need to have in your top of your HTML5 document. So this doctype HTML, why do you need to use this is, this indirectly tells that browser I am an HTML5 document. I have all the features of HTML5. So if it is HTML4, you don't need to have this. It will be just HTML. You can just type starting with this HTML. So this will work. I think my keyboard has synced. Sorry. Okay, so now this is taking HTML. So this is an HTML document. Let's refresh this page. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens, no changes, nothing we added. So let's type something called hello world and see what will happen. Okay. So if you reload this, you will see that text there. So if you enter and new line, what will happen? Will it go to the new line or not?
No, sir.
No or yes? I didn't hear. I think Rahul was answering, right?
No, sir. No.
No, yeah. So it will not go to the new line because we didn't. See, whatever, how many lines you write, it doesn't matter. It will be going to be in the same line until unless you specifically mention with a BR tag. So this is called a line break tag. So this break tag will make you move it into the next line. Okay. So this is simple. So all HTML documents, you need to have this HTML opening and closing tags. You have opening tags. This is like angle brackets you need to use, or less than, greater than symbol is what some people call it is. So you can use this, and you can have this HTML open tag and HTML close tag. In between, whatever you write is going to render in the document. So say and render in the document, in the sense it is called DOM, D-O-M, DOM, this browser. So in the browser it will be loaded. So now I didn't save this file. Save this file and just reload. The data will be moving out. And let's have a understanding on the basic tags. HTML, you have a head tag, which is at the header segment, that is at the top section. You have to write head. If in the head tag, basically it means something which is related to the header part. It is not like the browser's top part. It is actually the browser's tags, descriptions. Not the browsers. I think someone unmuted. Someone want to talk something?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is that it is not the browser top. It is actually the documents head. What are all the things we need to include? Something called meta tag, title. So these kind of things which we will be going with here, and including styles, including CSS files, and also including JavaScript files. You can do it in the header. So we have one commonly used tag called a title in the head tag, and let us say my file. This is what I have given. Okay, let's give it as my HTML. So this is what I gave as my HTML. We reload this page. You can see at the top of the browser it has displayed as my HTML. It is in the address. It is not the address bar. What it is called as title bar. In the title bar, it is displayed as my HTML. And there is another tag which you can give is favicon, which you will be most probably, you see this Google Meet icon over here. This is actually coming from a favicon. So that tag also you can give. You can include your styling of your page. You can include in the top of this place. And next part, whatever the content of the browser, in this browser, whatever the content you want to display, that content you need to use body. So you will be using the tag called body. Open and close the tag, and in between you write hi HTML world. Okay, hi HTML world. That's what I give. I refresh, I get the HTML world. So I think in the children's class also this kind of HTML tags will be available. There is another one big resource which you can look for most of the HTML tags is W3 schools. W3 schools HTML, if you search, you will be seeing W3 schools HTML tutorial, where you will have all these different tags. So right now we are going to learn the most basic tags, like paragraph tag, break tag we have seen, then the divs, then span, then most probably with italics, underline, UL and LI. So these kind of tags we are going to learn. And anything I missed? No, I don't miss. Okay, so in the body tag, we need to see, if you are preparing for an interview, most probably people will be asking what is container tag and non-container tag. The container tag is something like it holds some data. That is when the container tag comes in. Say for example, we have something called H1. So this is heading, tag heading. So say this is head 1. This is opening here. The H1 tag is opening here and H1 tag is closing here. And in between, I need to tell you this also. This HTML is not case sensitive. You can give capital or uppercase H also. Uppercase and lowercase h are same here according to the heading tag. So now I give this H1 and head 1. Let's see what does it display the head 1. So it displayed it in a bold, thick, highlighted way. It is not highlighted, bold, thick, and in a font size is a bigger one. So let's change this to, let's not change this, let's take this into up to H6. Okay, so H1, I am changing this to H2. Here I can give H3 and H4, H5, H6. So here 6 heading tags are there, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what you are going to see, unlike the earlier time, you will be seeing all these in a new line, because head tag default have a style of taking 100% of this width. Okay, so it is like if you have one head tag and then another one head tag, it will go just down. But you understand there are 6 styles of this heading tag, 6 different styles of this heading tag, that is H1 to H1 to H6 is available. H6 is very small and H1 is a bigger one. So this is a container tag, because this H1 to this closing H1. So all the container tags will have a start tag and a close tag. Okay, so when you open this, it will have a closing as well. That is a head tag which is in this HTML document you can see. So this is head tag. Another major tag we need to see is div. So this is also a most common tag which is used. The div is nothing but division. So in the division tag also, it doesn't going to hold a specific specific style, but it also takes 100% of your space, basically the width. So I am giving div 1, and if I take this div tag again, this is also another container tag. Div is also a container tag, so I am giving div, and this is div 2. So if you look at this page, now you have div 1 and div 2. So this This is like in the next line, but if you see here in the head tags, it is actually taking some gap between the top and the bottom. There is a margin or a padding can be added. That is, the padding is added there, not can be added. It is already added as part of the head. But whereas the div, it just it didn't added any specific sort of styles, but it just took the total width and then went inside. Now let's see what is a span used for. So this is span. So a span also a container tag. So it will automatically close when you are using this Visual Studio Code. It will automatically open and close the things when you are typing it in a proper way. So so here it is. I'm going to write a span 1, and then I'm going to have another span and span 2. So what is going to have in the span? Unlike the div, it will not take this. So the span doesn't mean you will have a new line. It will not take the 100%. It will be just separating out your text. Say for example, you want you are writing a text in the towards the right, and you want the first text to be written in certain color and second text to be written in another color. Say for example, I am going to give a style here, style. So I am going to give a color blue, and here I am going to give a color style. See which color I will give. Any color. I'm going to give a brown color. I don't know whether this will be visible at the browser. So I zoom a bit. You can see the span 1 has span 1 has blue color and span 2 has what was that color? I don't know this
brown,
color.
Sir.
Yeah, brown. Sorry, I missed the word. Brown color. Okay, so the brown color I said. So so certain text alone you want to give certain style, and that time you will be using this kind of a span to separate out your texts. Okay, and that is how this container things are working. And now say there is list which is called unordered list. See, we want to represent a list of data. Say suppose a student list we want to list. We want to have that some styles. Then we will be going for a tag called UL, and this UL tag is called unordered list. You can have ordered list OL as well. So let's see both, and inside each tag you will have li. Li means list information. So say this UL, I am just going to add student 1 and then student 2 and student 3 and student 4. Let's have one more, round it up, 5. So we have 5 students here. Just reload this. You can see this is bullet pointed students have been came here. So this is a unordered list. Now let's change this to ordered list. So you can change this to OL, that is ordered list, and the same list information. That time it will be displaying with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This kind of a way it will be displaying. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. So is this CSS? Is this what we call as CSS?
Yes.
It is not CSS. It is called style. CSS is cascading style sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's inline style.
Yeah, so you actually, so this is actually CSS but not cascading style sheet. So this is styles. So we just use this style. Okay, now the basic point, let me tell you, this part, this is called tag. This is called tag, and this style, like that, whatever you write inside the style, or you may write like class, you may write like ID, then I don't know, whatever the other things, yeah, alt or key or whatever it is. So you write this kind of things inside a tag, which is called attribute. So this is div is a tag, span is a tag, whereas style is a style, class, ID are an attributes. Okay, and whatever comes inside that is content, but contents will be only available with container tags. And I was talking about non-container tags. Non-container tags are basically, this one is a non-container tag P, but P can also be closed. P is meant for paragraph, and I'm just going to take this div2. I'm going to have a control C, and I'm just putting a lot of control V. Scroll back. I just added some junk text. That's all my intention was. Okay. Okay. So now you see this junk text came in. So this is actually these new lines came in because this content doesn't hold in that line. That's the reason it came here. Let me just do that back, revert it back. I want everything to be in one line. Yeah, now we can see this. Now you see this, all this content in a single line, it actually leads up to that corner end. It doesn't go to the down side. It is actually taking towards the right to that corner. So and we got the scroll as well. So we want to change this at this place. Say let's find all these two and replace with the space. Okay, so I just wanted to give a space and then reload. Now what happened is, this is not considered as one single content. Just give me a second. Yeah, this is not considered as one single content. It has spaces. So it reaches this position and it moves into the next line. Whereas I want to go it into new paragraphs, then what I can do is I can give a P tag here. So I give a P tag somewhere here. It will actually take this gap. That is a paragraph. Whereas I am just changing this into a BR tag, which is a break tag. Reload this. It actually breaks there, but didn't go as that indentation of a paragraph. So you see the difference here. It's a break tag, and after some lines I'm going to give a P tag here. So you see here it is a break tag which is actually breaking into the next line, whereas this place I have added a P tag, so which is actually taking more spaces than what a BR tag would take. Now let me just give a tag called strong. If I give strong here, strong and B both are used for bold purpose. You can see here my this div, some sort of divs are actually became in a bold highlighted kind of a way. And then let me just give a B tag into the next part, and B tag is also a container tag, so that B and strong both are actually giving the same kind of a style in a thick manner. Now let's have one more thing inside the strong. That doesn't mean you should always give it inside the strong tag. It can be anywhere. I tag, which is actually for italics. These are the quick things. Without the styling also you can take this. So this italics, the first div, that statement became bold and italics. So this is what the basic of HTMLs. You will be, actually there is nothing advanced in the HTML. It's all basic. It's oh, here I missed something too. Oh, my 2 here also replaced. God, I was actually trying to replace all the 2's and it replaced H2 also, and so that style also went off. Now that head came back. Okay, so this is what the basic HTML. In HTML everything is basic. There is nothing advanced in the HTML. All is straightforward. Tags, you learn the tags, you work with the tags, and you just build the things. That's it. But when it comes to CSS, there is CSS advanced version, CSS 3 also there. CSS basic, default CSS things are there. So if you want to become a designer yourself, you need to learn all these CSS 3 and advanced CSS parts that you need to learn. But you just want to be a developer, you don't need to worry much about the CSS styling, because your designer is going to give you the CSS things and you have to just utilize it. So let's first write some sort of styles. So we have used any doubts so far? Any doubts? Anybody have a doubt?
No, sir. No doubts.
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
So,
sir.
okay. Yeah, I understand. It is straightforward things. It is so easy to understand. So yeah, the problems comes is when you start organizing and you are writing your own code. That time only the problems are going to start. Okay. Now the thing is that CSS is cascading style sheet. So you are actually going to style it. I would love to show some images, CSS and HTML. So there is some images. How does it would look different? So when it is a when it is with HTML, yep. So this is one kind of thing. The HTML is the frame. That's all. You can just create the frame. But HTML plus CSS, it will look more beautiful. And this is what with some JavaScript you can add some more animations and functionalities. So it would be more user experience level. That would be great. That is what actually HTML and CSS looks like. There are more representations, many representations like this. So this is what HTML looks like, this is what HTML and CSS, and this is how it is going to be with JavaScript. So the JavaScript has a strong influence in the browser segment. Actually JavaScript, without JavaScript, browser would be very bad, or any applications which you develop would be it won't have anything. Basically you need to have JavaScript also included in some sort of form, whether it is Angular or React or Vue or any jQuery or something, it doesn't matter, it should be there, it will be there, and it would be more beautiful. Your page user experience would be much more better. Okay, so you want to learn more HTML attributes, elements, the elements or tags. It is basically called as elements or tags. Okay, so I use the word tag. Some people use it as HTML DOM element. So that is what they use. Don't get confused with these words. So you can use this HTML tutorial from W3 Schools will be a great space where you can look into and figure out things. Now let's take a look into some sort of styling. So that also the style we are going to write here in our head tag. In between the head tag we need to use the style. So the style have something called selectors. Selectors means how do you select things. So see, I am going to give a star, okay, and giving a brace open and close. In between this star I am going to write like say font size is XX large. Okay, so the star is going to affect all the places and all the elements. This is what happened. I just reloaded this, resetting this. So let me just comment. Sorry. Yeah, I comment this. So you will see this. Now I have given it as X large. Save it. You see the entire content got a style, boom, that bigger size, X large. I'm changing that font size to 10M. So the 10M you can give it as 10 pixel also. The 10 pixel and 10M are different. So the M is the new norms, actually when you design things for responsive, it will be actually taking with EM, and pixel is the old pixel size. Now let's see what actually happened. The 10M, it has actually became, I think, much bigger than what we could see in the browser. Let me just change this into font size into some 2M. Let me just see. Yeah, so the 2M itself is this much size. So the M basically works based on your it takes the default font size, and from that it actually expands. But the 2M and 2 pixel both will be a totally different measurements. If you go with the pixel measurement, you will be seeing only this much. So this is what actually 2 pixel. So all the font which you have taken is came into that place. Now you give it to 20 pixel, you will see a little bit more bigger one. So all the fonts, irrespective of whether it is head, whether it is a div, it doesn't matter. All the font is getting affected when I used star. Okay. So when you will use star, then there is some default things. Like say you want to use entire font family. I am not familiar with this font family, but still I will try to use some font family. Yeah, the Courier New, I would like to use the Courier New, the first one itself. So this is a font family which I have choose. So I want to use this font format in my entire web page, then I will use this and inside the star. But I want certain paragraphs alone a different style, then I will use that thing. So say for example, now H6 fonts, I don't want to use this Courier New. Div tags, I don't want to use this Courier New, and another place like span. For all the span, I am going to give different different style. So okay, so now see how you will mention your style is whichever the element selector that you need to give here, or your tag selector you need to give here, and open a brace and close brace. In between you have to write your style in this format. The style tag will be in the left hand side, and the value will be in the right hand side of a colon, and you will be using semicolon to close each style. Okay, now I am going to have all the div which is going to have a font family. So I am going to give Times New Roman as the font family, and to make a little more difference, I am going to have their font size as 1.5 em. Okay, so it will be a clear difference now. So these places I have a div 1, and this also my div content. So you will see that font has changed a bit, and the style has changed a bit. Let's give a bit more changes rather than giving this Times New Roman. So I am just going to give sans serif. So you can see that style has changed. So the other things is still holding the same style. Now let me just give a font weight also. The font weight is the thickness. So you can give bold, bolder, lighter, this kind of weight also you can give. I am giving it bolder in the div. So now the div contents have a different style applicable, which is a bolder style which got applied. Now let's go back and give some styles for the H1, H2, H3 tags. So you can mention all these tags like H1, comma, H2, comma, H3, comma, H4, comma, H5, comma, H6. So you can group all these tags if you really want to take. So it doesn't matter this warning it is showing. It is showing just like what is this? Speak from do not use empty rule set CSS. Okay, so this is because empty rule sets which I have given. So sorry, I have to give us a set of rules here. So I am first choosing with the color. So I am just going to take all this crimson color for this H tags. So all these H tags, H1, H2, H3, H4 and H5 and H6 tags are going to have that size. And see, as I have given the font size, this H tags font size also taking into that what size which is given default. But if I reload now, I remove that common style, that size from that common style which is I mentioned using star. I removed that, and now what happened, the style actually restored back for the H tags. So its own style it came, and now still the font family is holding the same style as we have given, right? Now we can give some more font family. So okay, I need to, it's my caps lock off. So I give font family. So I'm going to give something like fantasy. I don't know what is this font, so I'm just giving it. Yeah, so okay, this is fantasy style. So this style got applied. So this is how actually the CSS will be working on your elements. And there is two more things we need to learn in the CSS. Now we have seen elements can be styled like this, and all grouping can be done like this, and elements can be, you can give the element name just like that and it will start working. And there is some more thing, I want to give a specific style for this head 1 or a particular element, then I can give that ID as an attribute, and I'm giving my header element. Okay, copy this and use hash and that value hash header element. This actually focuses on this particular h1, and you can have only one ID in a page. You cannot have multiple IDs in a page. So when you want to duplicate the style, you actually need to use class. I will show you how to use a class. So here I just want to give a font color. Most probably I need to give like it's a color. So color is the easiest one to show. I'm just saying the current color. So I'm giving cyan, that cyan color to the h1 tag, and font weight I'm going to give it as 900. Okay, so now the font weight and the color of this h1 element alone will change, and that will be affecting only here. It won't affect any of these other h tags. So this is specifically, you uniquely assign this ID here. So now you want to have another ID. So this div elements, I want to have another ID. This is div with ID. So you copy this, Control C, and you use hash, open and close your brace. Oh sorry, you didn't put this. Yeah, and now you are in here. Now what you need to do is give a color. I'm going to give a color which is red. I don't know whether it is current color is red. Yeah, it is not red. So with this div, I just want to give the color red. Let's reload and see the page. Oh sorry, I didn't save this file. So save the file and just reload. You will see that second div alone got the color red, and the first div remains the same old default color which has been set in this star. If I have changed any color here in the star, it would be changing in all the places. Okay. Now let's give all the div elements some sort of feature, right? So let me just give, and not only div, I just want to give it as a class. So I just give it as say test color class. Okay, this color class I'm going to give. In this color class, I'm going to give some yellow color. Let's give some yellow color. So I'm just giving columns. Color is, so it is an yellow color. So right now, if you reload the page, you will not see this color in any of the places, but you just take this, copy, and give it to the div class. The second div I am giving the class yellow test color class. So yeah, it didn't affect because the priority here is for the ID. So that's why it didn't affect. But if you give this important, there is exclamation and important, then what will happen? This color will change. So whenever you use this important, it will be overriding all the other properties which is affected by any other class or any other div, any other ID. All those things will be replaced by this important. So be careful when you use important with all the tags. It is only when you are sure about using important, use this. Okay. So I am just removing the important. Without important, it will not override because ID have a privilege over class. Now let's give this class into another place. Say here is a strong tag, right? Inside the strong tag we are going to apply the class. Let's see what will happen. Now the color at this portion has changed. Why it has changed? Because the ID is used outer div. It is not applicable for this strong class, because this strong is actually starting from here to here. This doesn't use this ID. So the test color class I applied here, so this portion alone updated. Now the test color class, whenever you want to use the same style in multiple places, then you need to go with the class. I want to use that for this place as well. In head 4, I am giving that. Now you see this also got that color, yellow color, and I have this span. So in this class I am just replacing the class. I just replace the class and I don't have an ID over here. So you just replace the test color. So you will see the span 1 will be changing. It will also not change because the local implementation of this blue color is getting affected. So you have to change this local style. So whenever you apply any CSS and then you use the local style in the sense this span have a style. I have given here a style, right? This kind of styling is called local style. So if you don't use a local style when you want to get the style which is coming from a style sheet. Now you can see the span 1 also. I don't know whether you are able to see it or not. It is very light. The span 1 also got a color of yellow. And let's give this class here in the first UL, this place. Yeah, it's very horrible color. Nobody will be able to see the yellow. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it for the styles. There is some more style combinations you will be able to get. That is like that's like what we call you can have a see inner class, something like there is a container div. Inside that there is particular class or particular ID is there. So only that style alone you can give. So you will learn those kind of things in the implementations, but we have still not moved this file into a CSS file. So let's first see how we will separate this file into a CSS file. So you have to create a new file, and I'm going to save this, which is going to be a CSS. Can you see a CSS over here? Yeah, here it is, a CSS file. So I'm going to give the hello CSS, and unlike this style which I used here, I have to move all these entire styles into this file. You can move all these things into this file and just save this style I am removing here. And what will happen now, our page will restore back into the older position where we didn't apply any styles, no CSS, no styles we applied here. So that stage it will be going. Now how we will include our style is, we have to include style using So style is using href tag or src tag. Anybody knows?
href.
It's
Sir,
a
sir, you are using style link.
Link.
Tag name you are using style.
Yeah. Sorry. So it would be link href. It is not style, and there is something called type, right? Type is style sheet or something.
Yeah. Text slash plugin. It is optional.
No. We will have it here. It is REL, relationship. Relationship is style
Yeah,
sheet.
type is optional.
Yeah, correct. Style sheet, and we need to map this hello.css here. Yep. So now this style, the entire style which we have mentioned here in the CSS file will be applicable in this page. Now you reload, all these styles which we have created came back. So what is the purpose of having this hello.css? Any idea? Anybody who haven't used who is not frequently using CSS? Can you tell me what would be the advantage of having this CSS and HTML separated out? Yes? No? No? What's going to be? Bros and sisters. Hello, am I online?
Yes, sir. Sir. I didn't use it, sir. I use it long time before.
Use your brain to understand why this is separated. Now now I have to maintain two files. Why I
Yes, sir.
separated the HTML and CSS into two separate files?
To avoid the confusion.
What kind of confusion?
The styles part is separated. That like that. I don't know, sir. I don't know how to express.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Actually, you guys know it is to reuse. So in a project there won't be only one HTML file, there will be multiple HTML file, and you want to use the you want to use the styles in all the pages, so it will be unique. So you create the CSS file and utilize that CSS file in all the pages.
Okay, sir.
Only you understood or all understood?
Yes, sir.
I am stopping sharing. Yes sir, I am hearing now. I stopped my sharing. Doubts please. So that's it for today. HTML and CSS session is over. Now you will be starting working on your prototype after your wireframe. But I'm not sure still you have submitted your document of modules and approved, you received the approval from Archa. I am not sure. You have to deal with Archa and Guru for that, or you want still I need to do that selection process. Hello.
No, sir. We can discuss with the ma'am and group.
Ma'am will not come to you guys. You guys have to go there.
Yeah. Okay, sir. After with our team discussion, we will.
You have to disturb her.
Okay, sir.
So what else? Any doubts in this session so far?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
What to doubt in this, right? Just like typing English I am teaching. So so this is what it is. You type H, it is head. So
Sir,
done, right?
I remembering on in HTML, sir. We using this scroll button, scroll text. The text is scroll in HTML using the marquee. Yes, sir. Using the marquee. The time in college time we play that in HTML. It's animation. It's coming in like CSS. It's coming like animation like that. We did, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now I don't know anybody is using marquee tag.
Okay, sir.
All the government sites are using it. Only the government sites.
that government sites are created in a long time back, that's why. Now we also created some government sites we also interacted with, and those sites doesn't have this kind of marquees and all. Yep. Anyway, I think I was able to convey many things in this